Hi everyone, this is Bick Benedict. We're playing Dead Space 3 on Impossible difficulty mode. This is chapter 16. It's entitled What Lies Below. So we're going to be descending crags here. Now, shoot this guy right here. Shoot this guy. If you have to stasis him, do it. Just get him out of the way, because when you're descending, you're not going to have to worry about him trying to snipe you. It's going to be the same way when we have several more of those guys, but it's going to be a little harder to take everybody out because there's going to be like 3 or 4 of them, whereas there is just one right there. So get all your loot here, and then you have a chance to pretty much outfit yourself to deal with all these parts. But the plasma cutter and the guns that I have here, the kinetic projector, the seeker rifle, and the plasma cutter are very good here. These are pieces of cover right here. Normally, if you have that guy with the rifle on it... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Just jump over here. If you do have the guy with the shooting the rifle at you, it's going to be a lot harder. So I would just keep restarting if I were you and just get that guy the hell out of the way. Here we have some black-skinned leapers here. They're going to be very prevalent on this first section. So all you need to do is move the left analog stick. It would be up. And just jump when you get over precipices or little, parts where you need to jump over missing spaces in the crag here. Don't worry about grabbing the guy's loot. All these bodies are going to fall to the very bottom, and then we can collect the loot once we get to the bottom here. Keep all your, make sure you reload after each wave. Keep your stasis up, and also. Just be very cognizant of the fact that these guys take a hell of a lot of damage. Everybody in this chapter takes a lot of damage away from you, especially the little mini exploders. So that's the end of the first wave. We get a checkpoint. We get a checkpoint after each of these descents. So make sure you smash all the bodies here that have fallen. And oh yeah, watch out for these guys. There's 2 guys right here. So use the plasma cutter if you want to. Remember to stasis these guys. Just get them stasis. That's the number one priority. But sometimes it feels like I kill a lot more bodies than what's on the screen to smash. I think that's an issue with the way the game handles cleaning up the bodies. They do it too efficiently, in my opinion. So now I'm using some healing items. I'm gonna go smash these bodies and just restock. And then the next piece of footage, I believe I sped it up because it's just an elevator ride with Carver telling you to just take it easy.
Calibrating payload. Stand by. Transport will resume momentarily.
It may be left in real time. No, this is fast forward speed. Okay, now when you get up here, try to take these guys out. There's a bunch of these guys. See, I took the first guy out, but that was the only guy I took out. Let's see how many other guys there are. Run over here to shoot these guys. Looks like there's one. Looks like there's at least 2 more guys, but if you don't kill these guys, it's not like a huge big deal. They're not even particularly accurate once you're going down the crag. Plus, the further you get down the crag, the further down the lift is going to be, so they might not even be able to hit you from your vantage point. So remember to get all these boxes here, and now we're going to go down again. I don't mind this section too bad. It's actually kind of unique going down this here. It's kind of fun. Anyway, now we're going down here again, and I believe now we have some little mini exploders to kill. Yeah, so you see here. Oh no, this might be the other section. So there's some red incendiary devices right there. Make sure you hit those because they're a bigger target than those guys shooting their laser rifles at you. If you can't see where the guys with the laser rifles are, you're gonna have to depend on the sights. So just aim wherever the sights are, and you should be able to take those guys out. The bad thing about this part is that I equipped the zoom feature on this gun here. It wouldn't work here. It just won't work. You can't also rotate your plasma cutter, provided you have the rotator cuff. You can't put it vertically, you can only put it horizontally. So there's a lot of restrictions here that I really don't agree with. But having, I guess, I don't know, that zoom would be really super helpful here. I guess they don't want you to have any advantages here anyway. So another checkpoint down here. Gonna fall down here. I'm just gonna actually just take this guy out from where I'm at right now. Or maybe not. I'm sorry, that may have been another part. Just crouch behind this piece of cover here and just take these two foes out right here. There's one down, and then there's two down right there. And now there's some more there's always going to be some boxes to replenish your items here. I mean, there's always going to be something, and it's nice that you always get a checkpoint too. So, ammo and stasis is very important here. I would say that stasis is more important. If you can get all your shots to count, it's even better. Then you won't need too much ammo over here. Got a safety guard. Now this safety guard is not that bad actually. I checked. I researched this. Having that attachment on prevents you from receiving splash damage from the grenades and stuff like that. I don't know how well it works over in this section, but that's a pretty good perk to have on one of your weapons here. And the reason I do these so poorly is because I don't use both thumbsticks simultaneously. You notice I use the left analog stick first. I bet it's just my brain the way it functions. But as you can see here, it's plenty of time to not do two at a time here. To just do the left one first and the right one. Whenever a new set spawns, just look for the L and R buttons. That should be your first clue, because the other ones are circles too, and they might confuse you. Anyway, that obstacle is taken care of. We solved that little mini game right there. Now we're going to be moving into the next section. There is both a suit kiosk and a bench here, and the checkpoint is over here. So you might as well, if you're going to upgrade stuff, do it before the checkpoint is. Most of the time they do save your data. And also another thing to note over here, I think I kept the clip in where there's no bodies. There are bodies over here. The first time these infiltrators here, these infectors, animated a bunch of the corpses that were laying around, and then every time I reloaded, it was just these guys. So it actually was kind of convenient for me, and kind of respectful of the game to not make you do that every single time. So now we're going down the crag, and now we definitely have some exploders to deal with. So stay behind these pieces of cover and take these guys out with the secret rifle, even though we don't have the zoom attachment. Now when we get down to the next piece of cover, it's just that thing again with me about me hating the fact that you can't swap shoulders to aim on this game, because once I get down here, it would be so helpful to just be able to aim over the other shoulder over here. I mean, look at this. I can do nothing from that vantage point. I can do absolutely nothing about aiming. If I could swap shoulders, I could do a hell of a lot of stuff. Anyway, here I'm targeting the areas where the laser sights are. You don't have to keep going down either. Don't be pressured to go down, especially when those exploders come. See those exploders right there? I don't think you can shoot them when they're on that platform. And I also think you do have to go down a little bit to trigger them, otherwise they'll just never come. Make sure you take out any guys with the sniper rifles first of all, and then equip your plasma cutter. And you could stasis these guys, but unfortunately they keep moving when you stasis them. So I'm using the secret rifle here at first, because it's one of those things. Sometimes you have a weapon equipped and then you just get so involved in the battle that swapping it would just throw you off your game a little bit. So I'm just equipping the plasma cutter. The plasma cutter, pretty much any weapon you're using on those guys, it's a one-hit kill. They don't kill you in one hit, but they damage you pretty severely. So we're probably going to have some more of those exploders. Whenever you see them, just stop moving. Don't go down any further, and just take out all these guys. Stasis them. See, stasising is just not that effective on these guys, but you might as well. I mean, it does. While it doesn't stop them, at least it slows them down a bit. And we are going to have to be fighting some Rosetta monsters up here, those alien guys. And if you have your secret rifle, they're really no big issue, because the secret rifle is extremely powerful, as I mentioned before. So here's the guy right here. I think he slays these guys, and then he comes after you. We're going to have to fight a couple of these guys, but don't be intimidated by these guys. Just stasis them. Priority number one. Just stasis them. Because the stasis module, even if you have a weapon that has a stasis coating on the weapon, it's not as effective as the stasis device, L1 and triangle, especially if you have it maxed out. So just like 4 hits of the Seeker rifle and they're dead. It's not even that big of an issue. I mean, if you're using a plasma cutter, it might take you a lot longer. And I don't even aim at their limbs, to tell you the truth. Now I'm staying down here. We have some crawlers down there, as well as some other enemies. It doesn't look like they're too focused on you up here, so that's why I'm not even jumping down. I'm stasising all the enemies. And it looks like we even have a Rosetta. I'm just going to be calling these guys the Rosetta enemies, for lack of a better name, and I don't know what they're called. Occasionally I will go onto the Dead Space 3 Wikia to consult a name. So I'm targeting the exploders to see if I can get any splash damage done in those Rosetta monsters. It looks like when they're all clear, hop on down, press X. You get a checkpoint, make sure you smash all the bodies, you heal, and then looks like there was a high yield resource point beeping. So here I'm looking around the environment to see where that is, knowing that I already cleared all the enemies, so I'm in no threat of getting hit by anything. And it looks like the resource point, that high yield resource point, was like right over here. So I apologize if that took too long. Normally I try to locate that high yield location first, so I can just immediately go to it and save you guys the hassle of me looking around. But if I'm looking around for days, you'll never see that footage, because I have too much respect for my viewers. I want to get things rolling with my guide. So there's the javelin gun. Not really a fan of that gun too much. In fact, I don't really care for it at all. But you know, every gun. This game has so many unique guns. It's not even funny. So there's a couple more items over here, and I believe these guys. No, those guys don't give you items. They kind of stingy in that regard, but they are just small enemies like the infectors. So I can't honestly expect them to give me item drops. So we got a heavy standard frame. I already have a couple of those. I'm not going to need that one. And now we're going into, I believe this is the final section of the level coming up. Oh no, I think this is, maybe it could be the final level, final chapter, or our final descent down here. If it's the guy, okay, yeah. So don't even go down very far at all. You can hear these guys too, by the way. So one. See, like 2 hits and that guy was dead with that Seeker rifle maxed out in damage. And now I'm going down here and equipping the plasma cutter to deal with these guys. And surprisingly, I didn't take a single hit of damage over here, which was, like I said, surprising, since these guys got very close to me. So basically, you just want to kill the guys in the forefront first, because obviously they're going to explode first. When they near you, they explode. That's simply how they work. Now we're going to go down here again. There are more enemies. I believe there's more exploders. Okay, yeah, here's the exploders. Throwing some stasis at them, knowing it's probably not too effective, but I mean, at least it slows them down. Oh yeah, this is tough. We have exploders plus that guy, so I would really focus on killing the exploders first, because I think they do splash damage on that enemy. They've got to do splash damage. You could also back up too. You can press down on the left analog stick. You can't go back like all the way, but you can go back a few steps, and it's very helpful, especially if you're getting down to the wire with having those guys explode. Now there's only 2 things left to do. Stasis this fan. Stasis it when you get kind of close to it, though. Don't get too close to it. The reason I say stasis it when you're close to it is just because we don't want to run out of time. and then that's the only thing you have to do. Except we're going to be tapping X repeatedly here. Fortunately, this game, the only QuickTime button in this game is just pressing the X button, which is really nice. We don't need an overabundance of QuickTime events. Anyway, that's the chapter. I'll see you in Chapter 17. Take care, everybody, and thanks for watching my guide. I really appreciate the support.